Sorry, no, Huma Zafar. Okay, you're Huma Zafar. And Bas Khan Sahib is here. Someone from the staff is here. So they can give us two chairs, one for me and one for Salim Saab. डॉक्टर वकार आइए सर तो इसका मतलब हमें 3 चेयर्स चाहिए इतनी 3 चेयर्स नईम इस किसी कोई हैंडल कर रहा है 3 चेयर्स चाहिए हमें नहीं आप लोग मत कर आप बैठे बैठे आ जाइए
छोटी चेयर दे देना ये वाली
नहीं अभी हम कर लेते हैं डोंट वरी बेटा अगर एक चेयर शॉर्ट होती तो हम लोग शेयर कर लेते लेकिन ये और नहीं और सबसे ज़्यादा ये इस्लामाबाद में ज़्यादा होता है हाँ लेकिन जिन हजरात को भी हम दे रहे हैं ये 5 साल के लिए नहीं है सर ये कर दें ये भी तो है ये पड़ी भी है यहाँ पर हाँ अच्छा आप ऐसा करो कि अब ज़रा सा ये डाइस भी जो है ना बेटा हल्का सा इधर करो मैं आपको हेल्प करूँ या ज़रा सा इसलिए कि वरना मैं नज़र नहीं आऊँगा और हाँ ये और थोड़ा सा और उसके बीच में ना जाए बस ठीक है अब सही है ओके मुझे वो हैंड्स फ्री नहीं होगा माइक है नहीं तो अच्छा ये फिर मैं हाँ है ना हेलो मुझे तो सही लग रहा है इन लोगों को पता कर इनको सुनाई दे रहा है कैन यू हियर मी थोड़ा सा लाउड कम है इसको थोड़ा सा वो कर लीजिएगा एडजस्ट कर लीजिएगा हेलो अब सही है मेरे ख्याल ओके सो फर्स्ट आई विल quickly share with you the names again. This is the panel discussion on CSR governance, implementation, and outcomes. Sometimes it's better that the lunch is not that delicious because then there is little to discuss about it, but I think people are still discussing, which means that they really enjoyed the lunch and they're talking about which one was better. We must now welcome all the valued guests on the stage. Okay. And we have Ms. Fajr Rabia Pasha, Executive Director Page, Ms. Maria Qadri, Director NUST, and Dr. Waqar Ahmed Niaz, Founder Rahman Foundation, Suhail Awan with HFD, Salim Bas Khan, GM CSR OGDCL, Huma Zafar Saiba, from consultant CSR NEPRA, and Mr. Todd Shia, founder CDRS. So I think the best is that we do it in a little bit different pattern than we did it earlier for the panel discussion, because if you all make your own presentations here, rather than if you share just 2 to 3 minutes each, sitting down there, that may be an easier way to enjoy an informal discussion. So I would request first Maria Qadri to give. You have it working?
Thank you so much, Islam, and thank you, Ms. Khan, for this opportunity once again. We are again meeting here discussing corporate social responsibility. I represent academia, so I take next 2 minutes to just talk about the academic end of corporate social responsibility. As well as few avenues where we can all focus as people who work in the field of impact and outcomes. There are 2 stats. The first one is that total tertiary access rate, tertiary education access rate in Pakistan is 10%. Why this is an important figure for all of us? The global average, the world average right now for tertiary education access rate, that is the higher education, university qualified population in a country country, the world average is 38%. So in Pakistan, we are right now struggling in the domain of higher education and making sure that the youth bulge, the 67% youth population of Pakistan, gets an opportunity to enroll in a university and then eventually get a degree in our university. So to all the people who in this Sheikh Iqtidar, as well as those who represent the corporate social responsibility, and I want all of us to think about this one stat, that while a lot of students are out of schools and colleges, higher education also needs a little bit of attention. And when I say it needs attention, I am not just referring to student scholarships to enable students to get into universities. I want to talk about another important area where we need to build universities, and that is innovation and commercialization, innovation and research. Specifically in context of COVID that we have all survived, alhamdulillah, we saw a lot of Pakistani good news coming in from Pakistan about research and innovation. On all the news channels, there was coming in news from hospitals about stats of people suffering from COVID, all the unemployment and everything, and missed also the news. We saw some very good news as well. For example, Pakistani scientists developed their own COVID testing kit. Pakistani scientists were able to develop a ventilator that can support 4 or 5 patients at the same time. We had a lot of local research and innovation coming in. We had a lot of scientists stepping forward to support the overall economy in times of crisis. A lot of reverse engineering happened in the country. A lot of there was a team of computer engineers who worked on developing systems to keep track of patients. Then there were some engineers who stepped together to repair or reinvent for free all the ventilators in different hospitals. All these stats talk about potential of innovation and research in Pakistan. Pakistan is a country that is ranked among 25 least innovative countries of the world. And this is a big stat for all of us. So 2020 brought forward another interesting fact that we have a lot of potential for science and research. And on that domain, all the CSR that we are doing as academic institution is focused on making sure that the research that we're doing is focused on finding solutions to problems that are global problems. And I think we managed to achieve these few breakthroughs in research because there were partners coming in from community to support these initiatives. So what I can add is that if Pakistan starts focusing on research and innovation as a CSR area of investment, I think we can change these stats in our favor, both of these. We can increase the higher education tertiary accepted as well as the impact rate out of the tertiary education as well.
Thank you very much. I think this is an overlooked area at times because we are talking about the primary education so much in different forums over the years because of the illiteracy so rampant in our country that we forget that the higher education is also as important because it is going to lead us to innovation and to stand out in the world in terms of competition in the future. So like research in textile or anything you name it where you want to excel and increase your exports, you will need research and development, and that is what she is, I think, talking about. I would request now Todd Shia, founder CDRS, to give his opinion. And I know him, for him to give a sum up in 3 minutes, not going to be easy, but please, carry on.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about.
I know.
So much to say. But I would just, a couple thoughts that come to mind is in Pakistan, we have a very serious problem with stray dogs and even cats. And I request all of the corporates in Pakistan as a CSR activity to get involved in this problem, because if we don't treat our most innocent and helpless creatures who we actually put out on the street, these are domesticated animals, these are not wild animals, they've been put out back into the wild without anyone taking care of them, and they have proliferated and multiplied because of that, not to their own fault. So it's incumbent upon the society to deal with this problem in a humane way, not in a cruel way. And I believe that Allah blesses or tests or even punishes societies who don't treat the most vulnerable. And I'm not just talking about women and children, which are definitely, we should also always take care of them first. But without taking care of the stray dogs and cats, then we cannot, I think, be blessed as a society. So I do request, we have an animal welfare program at CDRS, and we support many struggling rescuers and shelters, and we hope that, that there will be some support from the corporate community as a CSR activity, because the way that our brothers and sisters in Turkey have managed this problem is very humane and wonderful, and they've solved the problem in just a few years, and we can do that. It's absolutely doable in Pakistan, so I invite that. Now, the second thing is, as a CSR, I want to just mention a partner of ours that I would suggest is a great model for CSR activities. I know that some CSR programs are, they give money to an organization who's doing great work, they just give them a grant, and then they go with that, and then the implementing partner, that NGO, will do the work. But we're working with Mary Petroleum, and Mary Petroleum, a wonderful, wonderful company who is not only supporting some of the work that we're doing in the care of widows and orphans by bringing their own employees as volunteers. They've been doing that for a while, and also as a very, very active partner in the planning and execution and creativity and implementation of a project for feeding people who are hungry. So I suggest, and my offer would be that all companies should behave as Mary Petroleum, and when they do CSR activities, be very active partners and actually take part in the work rather than only fund it.
Yeah, I think your point is to be part of the process than to be just a spectator and dish out the money, in which you may not only lose control, but also if they are veering away from the real objective, you find out too late. Also, I would say that when you mentioned about the hungry children and women and children, I feel that these stray dogs, the vulnerability of these women and children who are poor, to them is more than families like ours, because our families don't go out at odd hours on the street. I know I go out for my Fajr walk, and it's sometimes scary because there are 3 or 4 dogs at a time, I start reciting all the good Quranic verses that I know of, because it is dangerous. And if it is at night and it's this kid, he's going to run. I keep walking, but if he runs, that kid, he's in trouble, because there is a little bit different sort of response. So,
being an expert in dog behavior, if you fear them, they will smell that fear. They literally can smell fear,
exactly.
And that's when they get aggressive. If you're nice to them, then they're fine, and you won't have any problem. And in fact, if we don't have dogs and cats stray on the roads, at least to some level of population, then this place will be overrun with rats and mice. So
exactly.
they do have an important
they
role.
have their role, and what I'm saying is that it's not that we are doing a favor to the animals. We are actually also saving a lot of vulnerable men and women.
And we'll be doing a favor to ourselves, and Allah will appreciate
goes without saying, because we are not supposed to kill animals just to protect ourselves. That is the last option. The first option is to how we can harness their need, and where they will be saved as well as we can save ourselves. So thank you very much for your input. I'll request Fajr Rabia Pasha to please share your views.
Thank you very much for having me here. I think I'll more talk about the governance and impact that CSR can create. Just to give a brief background in terms of the work I do, I work for girls' education in Pakistan. I've been part of the girls' education. And as Maria has already pointed out, education is a huge problem in Pakistan. And when we're looking at girls' education, we see that the problem worsens for girls as we
cannot say that this is more important than this. Everything is important if you want to build Pakistan, if you want to build our nation, and this is what I wanted to add in from governance and impact point of view. Thank you.
Yes, you are right. I think I give the example, and I think this example everyone understands very well, because every night these days people are tuning in to see PSL. Now, if you are planning to be a good captain, you don't only want good bowlers, you want batsmen, you want fielders, and you want an overall, solid team in all respects. So this is just like what you're saying, that in Pakistan also we just don't need to eradicate illiteracy at one end. We have health issues, we have animal cruelty issues, and so many others. One thing which comes out of your, highlighting some things is that we do not have a portal, or I would say a complete comprehensive website where all the NGOs, private or corporate, their CSR could be listed. So, instance, if I want to do something in the women, education, or for, animal cruelty prevention, I could just go and click and see, look for that information. And I see now there are 5 organizations, and 2 of them are just around my house. Why would I go and create 10 other people and, to reinvent the wheel when Todd can guide me, or for women, you can, or for other topics, all these other gentlemen. So I think what we need to do is to have a database where you can all be doing what you're doing right now. It's nothing to do with what you're doing. It's what the next anyone wants to do, then collaborate, like you said, because then there are like Celani and Third Corporation, or the Angro and Third. They are doing some projects together, and thanks to the CSR club that we are, organizing. And there have been some other MOUs. We are signing an MOU with NUS tomorrow to collaborate, and this is one of the major things that I have on my mind. Encourage a database where we could all be on that same page. It doesn't affect anyone's independence or what you're doing. We don't tell you what to do. It's an information.
Can I just add to that? Pakistan Center for Philanthropy is a government body. What it is a government body? No. Okay, just about it. But PCB website, if you go on the PCB website, that has a list of organizations which have been approved by Pakistan Center for Philanthropy. So you would find organizations working in various different sectors and different regions across Pakistan as well, if anybody would want to see who's working.
But I think we'll discuss in detail with NUST, and then follow it up, and maybe we can discuss with you for some ideas. The idea is that we don't want a system where it is approved. You may not be approved, but you may be doing a good job.
Yes, of course, yeah.
So it's in your rating that we could say that your organization is not approved, and this other organization is approved. So your rating could be different, but you all are on the same page. And when you go on that side which you're talking about, government side, they only go for the approved, then a lot of those good work may not be there. So anyway, we move on to the next person. Waqar Saab, please share your ideas. And Dr. Waqar Ahmed Niaz is founder, Rahman Foundation. You want to take the mic? No, mic nahi hai. If you think this is good enough, otherwise you can come here. Most welcome. Thank you.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सबसे पहले जिक्र करना चाहूँगा CSR फंड के हवाले से। ये बेसिकली हमारा है, और जिस तरह हम पे ज़कात फ़र्ज़ होती है, इसी तरह इस हवाले से भी कुछ कानून हैं जो लॉ हैं जिनके बिना पे माशरे के बिगाड़ को बेहतर करने के लिए ये बनाया गया है। लेकिन मैं यहाँ पे ज़रूर कहना चाहूँगा कि वो अदारे जिन्होंने इसमें बहुत बड़ा अपना हिस्सा डालना होता है माशरे के अंदर बेहतरी के लिए, वहीं पर उन्होंने खुद ही अपने अदारे बनाने शुरू कर दिए हैं, और वही फ़ंड जो माशरे में जाना चाहिए होता है लोगों के लिए, वो अपने ही कानून को मद्देनज़र रखते हुए, लॉ को मद्देनज़र रखते हुए अपने ही लोगों में इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, जहाँ पे वो उसका उतना फ़ायदा नहीं हो रहा माशरे के अंदर। बहरहाल इस पे कभी डिबेट की जा सकती है, لیکن وہ ادارے جو کام کر رہے ہوتے ہیں ان کا میں سمجھتا ہوں حق بھی ہے کہ آپ ان کو دیکھیں, ایسے اداروں کو جو جینون کام کر رہے ہیں معاشرے کے اندر, ان کو یہ فنڈ ملنا چاہیے. میں یہاں پہ ایک چھوٹا سا 1-2 منٹ کی بات کر کے میں اپنی بات کو ختم کروں گا. صاحب میرے پاس آئے اور ان کے پاس بہت بڑا CSR فنڈ پڑا ہوا تھا, لیکن کسی بنا پہ وہ نہیں دیتے رہے. کچھ زکوٰۃ کی مند میں کوئی فنڈ تھا. جب انہوں نے دیکھا کہ مجھ سے غلطی ہو رہی ہے اور ان کو ٹھیک, جب ان کو پتہ چلا کہ یار میرا یہ فنڈ ہے, میرا یہ مجھے دینا چاہیے, ان کو کینسر کا پرابلم ہوا, تو ان کو جب ڈاکٹروں نے بتایا کہ 15 اگست والے دن آپ نے دنیا سے واپس چلے جانا ہے اور آپ کے پاس یہ چند دن باقی رہ گئے ہیں, تب ان کو احساس ہوا, فکر ہوئی, مختلف اداروں کے پاس گئے, مختلف اداروں کو انہوں نے فنڈ دیا. ہمارے پاس بھی آئے, رحمان فاؤنڈیشن بھی آئے, وزٹ کیا انہوں نے اور بولا کیا چاہتے ہیں, جلدی سے جو چاہیے مجھ سے لے لیں, میرے پاس چند دن بقایا ہیں دنیا میں. میں نے ان سے کہا یار, انہوں نے بتایا کہ ڈاکٹر صاحب نے مجھے, ڈاکٹروں نے بتا دیا ہے کہ میری اس دن کو میں نے واپس جانا ہے دنیا سے. اور آپ بلیو کیجئے گا اسی دن وہ دنیا سے واپس چلے گئے. 15 اگست کو ان کی کوشش تھی کہ میرے ہاتھوں سے ڈیلسس سینٹر, آپ جتنا پیسہ چاہیے مشینوں کے لیے آپ مجھ سے لے لیں اور آپ ڈیلسس سینٹر بنائیں, میں اس کے اپنے ہاتھوں سے اوپننگ کروں گا. میں نے ان کو بتایا کہ یہ 20 اگست سے پہلے مشینیں نہیں آنی باہر سے, جیسے آپ کہہ رہے ہیں لیٹسٹ مشینیں ہوں, باہر سے آئیں گی تو ہمیں ٹائم لگے گا اس کو بنانے میں. لاہور کے اندر ہی ہم نے دوبارہ انہی کے نام سے سیٹ اپ بنایا, اور خیر وہ ان کی اس کے بعد ان کی مسز اور بچے امریکہ میں تھے, وہ آئے اور انہوں نے آ کے اس کی اوپننگ کی ڈیلسس سینٹر کی. بہرحال یہ جو فنڈ ہے یہ امانت سمجھتے ہوئے لگانا چاہیے, بجائے خود ہی NGO بنا کے, خود ہی فلاحی ادارے بنا کے, اور قانون کو مد نظر رکھتے ہوئے, لا کو رکھتے ہوئے کہ کس طرح ہماری بچت ہو. یہ انہی لوگوں کا حق ہے جو لوگ کام کر رہے ہیں, صحیح محنت کر رہے ہیں. میں اپنی بات کو ختم کروں گا. اس وقت ہم بھی اپنے معاشرے کے اندر ایک حصہ ڈال رہے ہیں, فری ڈیلسس سینٹر چلا کے پورے پاکستان کے اندر, اور پاکستان کے اندر دوسرے نمبر پہ ہمارا ادارہ ہے. اس وقت روز کی کچھ 7 ملین کا خرچہ آ رہا ہے ہر ماہ, اور اسی طرح ہم یہ خدمت کر رہے ہیں. آپ جو لوگ ہیں وہ ضرور آ کے وزٹ کریں, دیکھا کریں ایسے اداروں کو. جزاک اللہ جی.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. First of all, give a big applause to our chief guest for this afternoon, Chaudhry Mohammad Sarwar, Governor of Punjab, who is here with us. And we would also like to request your applause for the guest of honor, Mohammad Karmoon, Ambassador Morocco in Pakistan, who is here sitting in front. And of course, along with him, as just joined us, is Mr. Ishtiaq Beg, who is founder, president, Make-A-Wish Foundation. So this is the next group. We continue with what we have, and I think I'll just give a quick 2 minutes to Mr. Salim Baz Khan, GM CSR OGDCL, to Yana.
Thank you, Ji. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Actually, 2-3 minutes are really not like a drop in a bucket. It's too small for describing what OGDCL is doing in Pakistan. OGDCL is the leading company in oil and gas, and with the biggest CSR program, very vibrant program, and very dynamic spectrum of CSR initiatives all over the country. Our focus is primarily on the oil producing districts. And if I start counting the things that we have done and what we are doing right now, it's going to be the whole day. But I'll just make a quick comment. I really appreciate the efforts of Naeem Qureshi and his team, National Forum for Environment and Health. And we had a lovely conference last year as well. Nice lunch, met lots of nice people. And exactly the same thing happened today. We had a lovely lunch we're honored to have the Governor Saab and the Honorable Ambassador and everybody else. I even met Dr. Wajahat Yogi, जो TV पे देखते थे for a long time in person, and I was surprised to know that he's a mechanical engineer and a doctor, an orthopedic surgeon, and a wonderful person for our country, and I'm going to invite him over for OGDC. The bottom line I want to say right now is that we can use this opportunity which the National Forum for Environmental Health has provided and come up with something tangible, some implementable targets till the next conference next year. And we can all divide the things. We are like OGDCL and other companies are people with money. We need proposals. And my colleague here who spoke on the stray dogs and all that, and Mari Gas helping you, please come to us. And other programs like Maria, she just left NUST, they want research and development. So there are so many things that we can do through CSR funds. Please come to us. And this forum, let this forum be the umbrella of probably selecting the targets for the next year and see what we can do on ground. Rather than making speeches and having nice lunch and meeting in Sarina, we can do these things in the field. So that is the last words. Please come to us if you need any kind of help and if you have a genuine proposal as a CSR initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Salim Khan Saab. By the way, you will be delighted to know that going to the site and going to the field, we are doing that already, and inshallah tomorrow we are visiting a group to NUST for learning more about NUST and how we can benefit NUST and how we can spread that benefit to the other areas of society, inshallah. Like I was telling you about the some database that we can create for the NGOs. So we are with you on that, inshallah, and we'll do more as we go along. Right, inshallah. Okay, so I have Huma Zafar Sahiba here.
I am left with 1 minute.
You are left with minus 30 seconds. Huh?
Thank you so
Please.
much for this opportunity. As this session is about CSR governance and implementation. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm working in NEFRA as a CSR consultant. So the issue was very timely diagnosed by NEFRA chairman, Mr. Kausik Saab, that in the power sector, many organizations are doing a lot of CSR work and many mega projects on national level. But still, we don't know. We haven't aligned our developmental challenges, and then we have no set targets like where we want to take this community development initiative through the CSR project. So what we developed and the implementation is not the so we decided to develop a strategy where we can align our CSR goals and the community needs, and we also are trying to harmonize community development needs with the business interest. And CSR has a wider scope, as earlier discussed in the previous session, that CSR is not just about community development or the charity work. It's about understanding that with shared value and with inclusive growth, we can basically ensure business sustainability. And this is the area I think we all should come together on any platform, as you were suggesting, and we should work on that line.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate you cooperating and making it short. But we talk about different type of, like Todd was telling us about helping the animals, and it's like a sadqa-e-jariya. So there are different ways of doing it, and I'll share this, and I'm sure Governor Saab will also enjoy this way of sadqa-e-jariya, which we all probably doing but don't want to admit it. So remember me this last remark, and then you listen to this. Chirage मगर नसीब की शमे जला के सोते हैं। वो लोग यारों हमेशा सुकून से रहते हैं। वो लोग यारों हमेशा सुकून से रहते हैं जो अपनी बीवी के पाँव दबा